Alright guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to get started with creating a motion graphic which I found on Vimeo called Film Brazil. It was created by a team of animators to show how you can shoot your commercials in Brazil cheaply and easily, but it's really clever with lots of good transitions and animations, and so it's a good way to show you how to get going with After Effects and Illustrator and create really clever and cool animations. So I'll just show you it just now, and you will quite quickly see why this isn't going to be something I can just show you in one tutorial, because it's a very long animation and I'm pretty much limited to 20 minutes for my tutorials just because of my poor internet speed. So I'm just going to press play and show you it just now, and you'll notice there is some lip syncing and music syncing in it, but what I'm going to have to do is maybe just create a tutorial showing you how you could do part of the video with that, but not showing you how to do the whole video with that, because it's very time consuming, particularly with something so long. So I'll just show you just now.
Hi there, it's me, Brazil. Wondering why people are talking about me? Well, actually, I've always been this big size, but only recently have people really taken a good look at me. No wonder, I am now all grown up. I have the 5th largest population in the world, the 8th biggest GMP, and the 2nd biggest economy of the Americas. If you haven't noticed me yet, you will when I host the next World Cup and the next Olympic Games back to back. Plus, I get a nice present, more than $16 billion being invested in infrastructure and services, so I can receive all 3.7 million tourists who will soon pass by here. Even if you don't read the news, you've heard about my girl from Ipanema, my samba, the soccer heroes, my hot beaches and lush jungles, the warmth of my people, the fastest growing social networkers of the planet. But hey, I'm not here to tell you about how cool I am. I want to tell you why and how you can use me. More specifically, how you can shoot your commercials here. Most countries can say location. Few can say location, location, location. You want a metropolis? We have the 2nd biggest in the world. You want mountains? Like those in New Zealand? We got them. You want beaches, forests, and stadiums? We got them. You want snow? Oops, go to Alaska. You want a diverse casting? We have the biggest melting pot of ethnicities on the globe, and they know how to act and smile. You want a professionally established production market for your services? We have that too. It is a $23 billion advertising market. In 2012 alone, there were more than 16,000 commercials registered here that turned into an approximate $1.8 billion profit, and the numbers keep growing. Question is, how does one shoot their ads here? Is it easy? Easy things are not normally the best. It is structured, regulated, serious, and yes, it is easy if you choose the right partner. We have a national film agency, Ancine. It is a regulatory government agency that promotes audiovisual activities and the Brazilian film industry. It controls the fees collection in the TV, advertising, and cinema industry. Ancine charges fees to register films. If the films are shot in Brazil in association with Brazilian production companies, these fees reduce drastically. They can make it more reliable and economic for you, as well as help you with the language. In return for these fees, Ancine will reinvest at least $1.5 billion in our local independent productions in the next 3 years. The agency will help the apprenticeship of our specialized workforce and stimulate international cooperation agreements. This makes us even more prepared to assist you and the world when it comes to shooting in Brazil. I am no sleeping giant. I am wide awake. Come meet me yourself. My agent is at your disposal. They will make it easy for you. Visit www.filmbrazil.com.
Okay, so that was the animation there. As you can see, it's very long, it's got lots of very nice and slick animations, and it will take a lot of time and probably quite a few tutorials to show you how to create it. But hopefully I'll be able to give you an idea of how you would go about creating a project this complex and big, and give you some hints on how to use After Effects. So one thing you will probably notice is, if I go back to the start, it's quite obvious here, is there is a kind of effect on here of almost like a fabric And although I have created a way of doing this, or at least I've worked out a way of doing this, I will probably not show you this in the first few tutorials just because this is probably something you would just need to add on at the end when you're finally rendering it. Anyway, so let's get started. First thing you want to do is you want to minimize this and you want to open up a world map, which I'll make available in the description in Illustrator. And the map's just from Wikipedia, and I'll put the link in the description for you so you can grab it. So I'll just wait for After Effects for Illustrator to load up here. And here we go. So you just want to do Control minus to zoom out a few times. There we go. Okay, the next thing you want to do is you want to grab a Brazil map, which was also from Wikipedia, which I will also link in the description. And you just want to open this one up as well. So you're going to see this kind of crazy shape here because they've kind of gone a bit crazy on the stroke. So what you want to do is you just want to select it all and just do stroke none. You then want to grab the Brazil and copy by control copy and just paste it in here. Drag it roughly here. That'll do, close enough. And you want to just colour it off similar colours to the video. I'm going to grab the exact same colours by control print screen and grabbing a screenshot, and so I can use the exact colours of the video, but obviously you could just do it by eye if you wish. So I'm just going to grab that yellow there, grab the rest of the world and use the green. So you'll notice if I blow this one up, they're very simple smooth shapes for this. So the way you can do that in Illustrator, because these ones are very sharp jagged shapes because it's a very very accurate map, and what you want to do is you just want to grab Brazil, go up to the Pathfinder tool which you can get from Window in here, and you just want to click merge, which is like the two squares next to each other, and that just merges up all the states in Brazil or all the different bits of it. You then want to go to Object, Path, Simplify. You can preview it if you like, and you just go OK. Now you also want to grab the world and you want to go Object, Path, Simplify as well. Now not only is this going to make it much smoother and look much more close to the actual video, it's also going to make it much quicker to work with because it's got less edges. Okay, so in order to export this for Illustrator, the first thing you want to do is you want to grab this, which is the screenshot. You just want to delete it, or in my case what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do Control Cut on it because I'm reusing that in a second as well. So I just want to twirl this down, grab layer 1 and group, and instead actually I think I'm just going to go up to the menu here and you just want to go release to layers sequence. You just want to, now you want to grab these two layers, drag them out like that, and then just click this one and do shift to here and delete, yes, and you've got the two layers. I'm just going to name them Brazil and maybe world. Okay, Control Shift S to save as, and I just want to save this as map, and I'm just going to save it as an Illustrator file, and you can just leave all the settings that will come up here on default. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to go File, New. I've got it already set up on this, but you want width of 1920 and a height of 1080. I'm just going to go OK on that. Now, this is where it gets complex, because what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try and recreate this scene here. Now, I'm going to do it without creating the wee dotted line around here and the globe and everything, because that can be created in After Effects. And this is why I've created the map here. So, first thing you want to do is you want to grab the rectangle tool, and you just want to go up to here, drag down until you meet the corners, and you just want to leave it like that. Now what you want to do is you maybe want to move this to the top, maybe make it a wee bit smaller just so that you can, that's the wrong one I've just done there. You want to just grab this one and then make this a little bit smaller, and now you can grab one behind here and grab this color here. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to maybe move this, you want to actually hide this quickly, like that, and next thing you want to do is you want to create those wee stars that you can see around here, just the small ones. So what you want to do is you want to just zoom in a wee bit and just create a few wee circles like this. Now you want to colour them similar to the colour of the ones on here, so I'm just going to, for this one, grab this colour, and then I'm maybe going to create another one here and make it this kind of blue colour. So that's the only colours of the stars that we're doing just now anyway, so I'm just going to close that up and I'll maybe just create a few other ones of these. Just make them different sizes just so that there's, just move that one over there, so that they don't all look the same, because obviously all the stars in the sky aren't going to look exactly the same. I'll maybe make one more of these this sort of, I don't know how you describe this, sort of greeny colour, greeny blue, and so there's your stars there. Actually I just want to lock this bottom layer here. Grab some of your stars. Now, first thing you want to do is you want to grab these stars and just click new layer down here. You want to grab them again using shift and put them into this new layer. So now they're in a new layer, you can grab them again and just press and hold Alt, and you can just drag them around a wee bit. Now obviously you don't want that many, so you want to keep them all separate as well though. That's not what I want. I just want to move this. So just spread them out so that they're not all in one place, and don't worry about the fact that they look all the same, because we can mix that up in a sec. And I'm just using, oh, it's frozen up here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you want to just move this to here and just press and hold Alt to move that to there. Okay, so what you want to do now is you want to select all of these, object, transform each, and you want to maybe move this down a wee bit, up a wee bit, what else, preview, you want to do random, and maybe change the angle to 360. So now, if I just do preview, it moves them about, you'll notice. Now I maybe want to move these more actually, I think probably. Yeah, so that you can get interesting effects. So this jumbles them up a wee bit, and you can just do a bit of further movement if they don't look quite right. So I'm just going to move these, spread them out a wee bit more just so that they look normal, and it doesn't just look like you've copied and pasted them all over the place. This one's not, kind of moved them all into the same place, and obviously you can just skip that step. It just helps to sort of mix them up so there's less work for you having to move them about. But sometimes it doesn't work as well, it just really depends. Move that to there, that one to there. And you don't want any like right next to each other like some of these ones are. That one for instance, not there. Okay, so there you've got your starry sky. I want to twirl up this layer here, and now we can lock these stars and maybe put them underneath here. Okay, so next thing we want to do is we want to click this layer, so we're not trying to edit the locked layer, and we want to, if I just remind myself what was on this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to create is we're going to create that sun thing. So I'm just going to grab the ellipse and just drag this out like this, that size maybe. Grab this and just grab this colour here. Maybe I'm just going to use the smart guide here. And I'm going to make another one. And another one. Okay, so there's our. I'm maybe not sure it's definitely the sun that's here, but it looks like a sun anyway, or at least some kind of thing in space. So the next thing we want to do is we want to create one of these things here, the orange thing. So for that, I just want to grab this here, maybe make it about that size, and just use the color that's on this. Okay. Now the next thing we want is we want that satellite here. So how we create this is I'm just going to use this to maybe okay, that'll do, that size. Just grab the colour for this, zoom in a wee bit, so you notice it's got a wee rectangle on it. So I'm just going to use this one here quickly, drag this over it. Now you'll notice you maybe can't see it on this, but later in the video when it zooms in you'll see it actually doesn't, it goes further out than that. So let's use my arrow keys to move it around. So fill for this, I just want to make I want to eyedrop this, and then I want to change the opacity on here to maybe 66%, that'll do. Okay, so you got your opaque thing over here, and you know it's got a wee top on it as well, so I'll just grab that, and this can be the colour of that. Use rotate on it, turn it around. I understand I am going through this quite quickly, but it's simply because this is such a time consuming thing to go through. To grab the absolute centre of it, move it to there, and it's got three kind of legs, I guess you could call them. That's what they sort of look like. So I'll just grab this, let's do a wee bit, oops, get a wee bit thinner, maybe not actually, take it a wee bit further like that, move another one across so it's in the centre, and another one across here. Okay, so that's our satellite on. I think that's a satellite anyway. And so the next thing we want to do is we want to create the moon, which is over here. So ellipse, and I just want to shift alt to get it to center it like that. Maybe about that size. I think it's this color. Let's just see. Not quite, but it's almost that color. It's close enough anyway. And you'll notice this moon has got a few sort of dimples on it. So if I just grab one like that, so like this, and you can just use alt to drag these out. And because obviously sometimes when it's a small shape it's quite difficult to move it. Just going to move that across a wee bit there, and that's smaller there, and just move this one across here. Okay, so that's the moon done. Actually, let me make this a wee bit bigger. There we go. Okay, so that's the moon. It's maybe a little bit too big actually. I might just lock this one. Shrink it a little bit. Okay, that's more like it. Now, the next one I want to do is this green planet down here. Now obviously these aren't in the exact right place, but I can move them around in After Effects to get the right place. Actually, what I'm just going to do just now is I'm just going to group them, because that will make it easier later. So grab all of these. Don't think I've grabbed. There we go. Grabbed all of them. Control G, and I'm just going to name this by double clicking it Sun. This, and I'm just going to name this Orange Planet. I don't know, maybe it's a big star or something. Grab all these. Call this Satellite. Probably. I definitely haven't spelled that right, but I haven't got time to go back and change it. Group these and call these Moon. Okay, so the next one is the wee green planet here. So I'll just make this proportionate. Okay. Now this is the difficult bit. What I'm going to use is I'm just going to use a pen tool here to do this one. Oh, it thinks I'm trying to do it on this. I'll deselect that, grab the pen tool and just use, oops, grab it right on the edge of this. Okay, like that. Then maybe across to here, here and to here. Now what I can use this one, click and drag to make it line up with the edges here. Okay, and it's got two more of these, like almost like stripes. So just wanna. Okay, that's right on the edge there. And that, and then that. Now obviously this isn't going to be perfect, but I'm going to try and make it as close as possible. Okay, I'm just going to make this green now. Green. This one green as well. And obviously the bottom one green. Now you'll notice the curve isn't quite right on here. Just want to click and drag out. And do that with here. And with this one as well. Okay. Okay, there we go. So that is the green planet here. Not. Is that? Yeah, that looks close enough anyway. Let me move this one up a wee bit. Whoops. I actually want to click on that first. Just move this up a wee bit. There we go. Okay. So that's us got our green planet. Just move that to maybe here. And Control G to group and just call it green planet. Okay, so I think that's me out of time for this tutorial. Sorry that it had to end so early. It is just because due to the internet speed and uploading, it means that I've only got 20 minutes to work with, and just even watching the video, which was 3 minutes, is almost a quarter of the tutorial. But hopefully we'll be able to get into After Effects and work on it in the next tutorial, at least finish this one up anyway. But basically what we've created is this, which doesn't look too bad, and hopefully you've enjoyed this and you've learned something, and in the next tutorial we're going to be putting this in After Effects and we're going to be starting to animate it. So hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe if you have, and I will see you soon.